Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the fifth session of Hack Talks organized by Equinox, the annual tech fest of IIIT. Myself, Shweta, and I'll be your host for the evening. And joining us today, we have Srashti Jain, who's the founder of TechVraksh, a Microsoft MVP and a Google developer expert in Angular. She has been in the Department of IT for more than 7 years now. She founded her own company, TechVraksh, a year ago, focusing mostly on development. She's also involved in the tech community, playing a vital role in several tech events, let it be as a speaker, organizer, or a volunteer. So, hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session.
Hello, thank you so much for such a nice introduction. It is
Ma'am, you can
really
take the session forward.
okay. Okay, so hello everyone. Let me share my screen and let me know if this is good. Is my screen is visible now?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Srashti Jain, and we will be talking about Microsoft Azure. What's that? And like we will discover what we can do using Microsoft Azure, and what is the power of cloud which is going around us, right? So yeah, let's talk about it. So in this session, we will like as I already tell you that we will talk about what is exactly Azure is. Then we will see how to create the account on Azure. Like if we go to Azure portal, how we can create the account, and then we will talk about like do a bit of demo, like how exactly you can create the services over there on like how you can use them, and maybe if you don't want to use them, then how you can pause and all that. Those all things we will going to cover in today's session. Okay, so yeah, so first question is what is Microsoft Azure? So okay, let me tell you, when I heard about this term, I guess in somewhere around 2013 14, right? So heard this term. So like I know, okay, there is something called Microsoft Azure, but what it does, I read a lot of things, but at that time I didn't really, like I was also a student, right? So I didn't really understand what will be there. Like if I try to go into the portal also, I didn't really understand what will be the use of that. Then like slowly I try to discover the portal, I try to use the services, then I understand, okay, what is the power of that. So basically it is a on demand services which are available. So let's say if you want to deploy a database, right? So it may be possible that you may have to buy, you know, a service with some sort of vendor, and that service will be like, let's say they will ask you to pay for a year, maybe a month, right? So over here you don't have to worry about those things, you don't have to worry about any other, like setting up server, setting up anything. What you have to do, let's say you want to deploy a database, so you'll go to the Azure portal, and you will say, okay, I want this database and this should be the configuration, and that's all. And like basically you can update, like okay, that will be used mostly in India, so I want its copy over there in India, so that would be easy to, like when you are accessing it, that would be really fast. So those things you just have to set up, like it would be let's say 5 to 10 clicks, and that's all. Like when you say okay, and it will set up your database, and it would be ready to available, like ready to use in, like let's say in 5 minutes, and then you can use it. After then, when you are done, let's say if you want to close that thing, you can just go and pause that, or maybe delete that particular thing. Then you don't have to pay for those things, like it is when you are using it, you just have to pay for that time only. Otherwise you can pause or you can delete it, you don't have to pay for those things, right? So that's how Azure thing works. Another example can be, let's say you want to buy like deploy a website, and now you have to buy a domain, right? Domain space you want to buy, purchase. So if you go to GoDaddy or something, they will give you a package for 1 year or something, right? 1 year or 2 year or long term, you can buy it for 10 years or more, right? So right now you are not really sure if you want to pay or not, so you can get a space over here in a like Azure cloud or any other cloud which are available, like AWS also giving a lot of these sort of services. So the cloud which are available over there, you can use those cloud and you can deploy your website. You can test it, then you can remove it. You just have to pay for the time which in which it is up, right? Otherwise you don't have to pay for anything. You can delete it right away if you don't want to use it, if you feel like okay, now it's done. And also there are a lot of many services which it helps, like CI/CD, like which is continuous development, right? When you deploy the code, it will just go and deploy your changes over there in a development website, and then you can check it directly. So those things are ready to use over there. You just have to go over there and build it accordingly, like how you want to run it, and just it is over there, you can just use it, right? So why it is really good? Because it is a cloud service. First thing, you don't have to depend upon any sort of server. And due to high availability, so let's say the Microsoft, right now we are talking about Microsoft Azure. So let's say Azure India, they have some server in India, right? And something happened for in that server place. Let's say there is no electricity or something, some sort of breakup is done over there. So what they will do is, it won't be like that your things won't be available anymore until it is like recovered. No, that won't be a case. What they will do is, they will redirect you to another server which is nearby, right? So, and they took a lot of backups for your websites, for your database, like any sort of service you are having over there, they will have a backup. Anytime if that particular thing, if their server gone out of, like it is not working, anytime they will connect you with the another server, and then you are good to go. So you don't really have to worry about, okay, where is the server. Let's say if we set up a server in our room, in our home, right? Or in our office, then we have to take care of, okay, there should be inverter, there should be that sort of AC, like to cool it down. Those all those things we don't have to worry when we are going to the cloud service, right? So that is really good thing which I really like about the cloud services nowadays. What else? Okay, so this would be a perfect definition for Azure. Azure is a cloud platform that is used to build, manage, and deploy the application in the cloud, right? That's what I already told you in like sort of brief way. Okay, so first thing, how you will create a account on Azure portal, right? So what you have to do is, you have to go to this particular website, which is azure.microsoft.com. So let's try to go into that. I'll use my incognito because mine is already logged in. So I just want to show you the news, right? Okay, so yeah. So what they're saying, like we are over here in azure.microsoft.com, and then we will say I want to sign in over here, right? Or maybe we can do the over here, we'll go and say I want to sign in. Then they will ask you for your Microsoft account. If you have, then you can use the same Microsoft account. Otherwise you can go and say create one. Okay, so if you'll create one, so like it is the same process how you create the any account over there. So whenever you are done with it, right, so what you'll have to do is, Right now we are here. So I'll say sign in. It will allow me to log in. So mine is already logged in. Let me log out. Try it again to show you. Okay. Sign in. So once you are having account, you can use, like, you can write your account over here, and then you can, like, select it. After that, you just have to put the password, and now you are logged into your Azure portal, right? So from here you can go and search for lot of services which Azure provides. So maybe we can go get to know Azure. Let's see what services they have right now for us. Okay, so over here there are some popular things which are already available, which is virtual machine. Let's say if I have a Windows PC right now, I want to use Linux for some sort of testing, or like, let's say for any kind of VM machine I want to create. So I can go and create a VM for like any configuration, and when I'm done with my testing, I can pause the VM, so that I don't have to pay for that particular time when I am not using that. So this thing can be done. Then virtual desktops can be created. Microsoft Azure SQL can be done. Then Cosmos, there are a lot of things which are available. This is app services, like when you want to deploy the websites and all. Then then it comes to this Azure Functions, which is like serverless function we have. Then over here you can see a lot of more things which is related to, maybe if you are into AI or machine learning, there are few services which might be helpful for you, and which might be helpful for you. So this is really cool. I have also used this bot service. So let's say if I want to like set up a bot in my website, I can use this services. I can put some data, whatever I want to, like uh, fill my bot with, and then these services helps a lot to, like we don't have to work a lot when we are creating this type of applications. So there is Databrick, there is Data Lakes, Data Explorer. So when you are uploading your, like, kind of a lot of, you have blob data, you have all other lot of huge data, then you can use Databricks and these things. There are a lot of all other things which we can use. We will go to the portal and see how things are there. Okay, so this is the first view of the portal. So now if you want to go to the portal, so what you'll do is portal.azure. Okay, so you just have to put this portal.azure.com, and then if you'll hit it, it will like log you into the Azure portal. And over here mine is logged in and it is showing a lot of things right now. But if you will see, let me try to switch the directory. It will, when you will first log in, right, this is what something you would be able to see. So they will say welcome to Azure, and you might can go and buy like this, get this 200 uh, like $200 credit for the services for 12 months. These things you can do. So like when you start first, you can just start it and avail these services, so that you can use it, like you don't have to pay. This thing can be done. I guess for first use they might ask you for a credit card details, so you just have to put it over there. They don't won't charge you anything without asking, but I guess they will ask you for the details. Okay, so this thing this is what you would be able to see over there in your account. So let me tell you what all those things are. So subscription is something like when you purchase any subscription, it is the same thing. Let's say I bought this like $200 credit, so this would be my subscription. One subscription can be this. There can be another subscription where I want to pay per use, so whenever I'm paying they will generate a bill, and I'll pay. So those, this is sort of this kind of thing. So this is subscription. Then there is a resource group, this one, right? So what is the resource group? Resource group, let's say there will be some database, there will be website, there will be some Azure function. I want to use a VM for that also, that particular application also. So what I'll do is I'll put all those things inside one resource group, so that whenever I'm fetching it, whenever I want to see like this particular application using what kind of resources, so I'll just go into that particular resource group and I can see that. So let me switch back to my previous directory, and I'll show you. I already have one another subscription, so it has some credit. So I'll show you how we can create that, right? So let's say I'll go over here and I'll say okay, I want to, there are these are the same things which we saw over there in the website previously, right? So there are a lot of things which we can create. It is depend on what you want, and you can just write it over there, you can create it. Let's say I want to create a SQL database, so I can search for it, and it will give me what are the available things over there. So there is some Azure SQL, right? So maybe most of you guys are might be using MS SQL, so you can write MS SQL and it will give the result for that also. So you can also create my that MySQL thing over here in Azure, right? You can create these also. Okay, so for now, let's say I want to, I'll go with Azure SQL, and I'll create one service for you for now. So let's say I'll just go and click on this. It is saying that there will be a plan. I'm saying okay, I want to create it. Go forward, and it will ask me like, how do you plan to use the service? So SQL, there are a lot of service. It is depend on, if you have a heavy usage, then you can go for these things. Otherwise, like you, if you just want to use a database, then you can go with this. I just want a single database. There are two, three other things like Elastic Pool and database server. But for now, like you just have to use this single database, right? So now this will ask us in which resource group we have to put it. Okay, so right now I have this another one, but maybe I'll do like create a new one for you. I'll say so I have created this demo resource group, right? Over here, what they are saying that they want a database name. So I will say demo database. There is this demo database, and right now I do have one server, but I'll create a new one for now. So I'll create a server, because like when you are deploying any database, you need a server over there. So like for the first time as I'm creating, that's why I have to create a server, demo server. Okay, and yeah, and I want to put it over here in India if it is available. So right now, yeah, it is available. So I would like take Central India. So basically, when we create any sort of service over there on a cloud, we prefer like we think about where this particular application or thing will be going to use. So right now, my application I'm thinking that would be mostly used in India. So we will deploy it over here. Let's say if someone will open it in US or Japan or something over here mostly, so it would be really faster, right? So that's what we'll do. So yeah, we'll say SQL authentication, and I want to, maybe I'll say demo admin. Okay. Let me, okay, password will be demo 234. Okay, it won't take that, so I'll say so now we have we have created the server. Now they are asking us, so how we have to select which database which we want to use. So right now what they are saying is, if we will use this generation 5, then we'll have might have to pay 18,000. So we don't want this one right now because it is really costly, right? So what we'll do is, we'll say basic. So I'll go with the basic one. So it would cost me around 400 for a month. And I'm okay with that. I'll go, okay. And what it is asking, so it is saying backup storage redundancy. So right now it is saying local backup, then zone, and then geo. So we will say, okay, I want it to be restored like in geo redundant backup, so it would be available every time, everywhere, and that would be easier to recover if any case that like over here it got failed. Over here, there are some connectivity things which right now we don't have to worry about. And let's go over here. They are saying okay, backup. I don't need it right now. And we can always go and use tags so that whenever you are searching over here, that would be easier for you to find okay, like let's say in the billing, you want to see for which thing it is coming, like the amount. It would be easier for you to find okay, there is review and create. There is review and create. Yeah. So yeah, this is created. So I'll say okay, create. So in like, I guess in like 6 or 7 minutes, we have created this database, and right now it is deploying. So it is deploying a server first, and then it will create a database. So in like it might take 5 minutes in between. So till then, let's see how we can create a website if we want to. So right now, let's say I want to deploy a website. So I would say I want a web app creator. So what I need is, so see, like this is the same thing which we created right now. This is the Azure function. So Azure function is something you might have heard about, AWS Lambda. It is the same thing which it is over there. So it is kind of a serverless thing So maybe what you want is, let's say you want to create a huge function which you'll have like send a value. Let's say you will send sort of a big data over there. You want to it to be calculated and send your answer back to like your application, whatever. You don't want to include that particular calculation in your front end, because that is a huge logic that would slow down your system, and don't want to put it over there in a front end area. So you can put it over there as a single thing, and then you can use it. So like it is a really good thing. You can try and see for function app that like when you are using this like when as you are right now doing this hackathon, right? So you can use this Azure function or AWS Lambda. That can help you a lot. So try to like use those, right? Other than that, if you want to deploy a website, so let's see. So over here it is. So it is saying, okay, I want to deploy a web app. If you want to deploy any front end app, as in like any static app, as in Angular, as in simple HTML or something, you can use this static web app. Otherwise, you can go with web application create. So I'm over here, right? And now I'll say, okay, I want to select the same group that was hack demo, which I created previously for my this database, right? And I'll create over here uh, demo site, right? I guess it is not available. Okay, this is available. Okay, so I'll say I'll use this name. I want to publish a code, and that would be for from I can use anything. So right now, if you want to deploy any website which is on .NET, these are the server, like which kind of server you want to use, like your application is using. So right now it may be possible you want to deploy a .NET website, then you can use this server. If you want to deploy a .NET website, then you can use this server. It can be a Java server, it can be a Java server, right? You can also go with PHP. There are a lot of stuff which are already there, so you can use it accordingly, which you guys want to use, right? So right now I want Linux, because my, let's say I'm saying that my website will be a static website, and it would have a simple HTML. I won't need a Windows server for that, so I will go with the Linux server operating system. And as over here I'll select Central India, that is preferable. And then it is saying a plan, so you might have to create a new plan. So I'll create a demo. Okay, I have created this plan. It is saying right now it is premium, right? So let's see how much it will cost. It will cost a lot, so I'll go with the basic plan for now. So this is a B1, so I'll go with the B1 for now and apply, right? And then I'll say it over here there are same step. I will go deployment. They are asking that you if you want CD. So right now it is disabled. you can enable if you want to connect it with your GitHub or something, and then you can connect it your application with over here. Like you can connect your GitHub account, then you can select that particular repository, and then you can connect when there will be any changes in that particular branch, it will be deployed over here. So that is really easy to go when you are like working on any particular application while testing. So you can use this particular thing. So whenever you want to share any particular URL, whatever you have deployed, so that is really easy. We'll go over here directly, review and create. Okay, so now we'll say okay, create this one and go to it. So it will create it. Let's see if our okay, it is saying deployment succeeded. So our database is already there. We go to the resource. So here is our database. It is already set up, and we if we'll go and we can use this database anywhere we want to use, right? So how you can use it, you just have to go into SQL Server, right? And enter the database. This will be your server name, so you can write the server name, and then you can just like right now let me allow, allow I want to let's see if in my it is available or not. So I'm turning on the SQL Server like Management Studio. I'll try to log into this particular database if it is available. Take some time. So this is one more thing. Whenever you are using any cloud services, right? They have this firewall and all those things over there. So it may be possible when you have created any kind of database or something, you might have to enter your IP address or anything over here. If you don't do that, then it may be possible you won't be able to access it from everywhere. So it might give you error in login, but yeah, so that would be the case. So let me try to like, so this is what was that, what was the user name? Okay, I just that. Okay, this is our username, demo admin, right? I'll go over here and say demo admin, and password was this. I'll say connect. So it is saying that okay, my IP is not there available. So I'll update my IP over there. So let's go back, and I'll say where is my server? Set up firewall, and I want okay, I want my IP to be there. So where is my IP? Over here, right? So it is 4926. It is already there. How is this going? Okay, now I can save it maybe. So right now it is checking this rule. uh, when it is done, we just have to go and say okay and the database over there. So okay, it is saved. I'll go over here and say cancel and connect again. And over here, right now over here in my management studio, I can see this is already logged in and I can see my database. Over here you can create any sort of tables. It is same as SQL server we use over there. So you can do it same for a MySQL also if you are using that, right? So this thing is there, and then you can see our website. So it is already deployed again. We'll go. This is my website. If I want to use my website, I'll click on this. Um, it will open in some time. So basically what you have to do is, let's say if you can, like one thing, you can connect it directly with CI/CD, and then you don't have to worry about where you should deploy the code. Other thing what you can do is, you can use this FTP, like as we if you have already used any sort of server, then you can file, and this will give you the password and name and all, right? So over there into FTP servers, you can just go and write your FTP details, and over there the file system will be available. So you can put your files over there, and in that way you can deploy your things. There was one more thing how you can deploy. There is a lot of other things which are already connected with the website. So let's say if you have this website, and if you want to see like why it is not working, right? So you can go over here, you can see what's happening, if it is pending, if it is ready. So right now it is not really loading for some reason, but it is taking some time. Like there might be some issue, but like basically this is the same. So yeah, let's see. So it is saying like your web application, it is a demo thing is available now. Now you have to deploy your things over there, right? So how we can do that? uh, you can just go with the FTP. You can, there was one more thing, let me try. uh, Yes, yeah, thank God I remember. Okay, so when what you have to do is, you just take your and you can upload or delete the files from that particular place. So it would be easier for you to use. So it will open this over here, and let's say this is my application. This is my www root. So at this place, we set all our pages. So this page, the host starting, it is the same page which we saw over there, right? So it is the same page. So what we will do is, if we want to change anything, so we can update this particular thing, and that would change it, right? So yeah, that's all. So like basically what I'm trying to tell you guys over here is, whenever you are doing any kind of such work which is not like, you don't really have to worry about what things are going in the background. If you want to create a server, so what happened, like when I started learning Microsoft SQL, right? So when I was installing a SQL server on my system, there was some particular issue, and it took me 2 or 3 days with the help of some of my friends. Then I would was able to run that particular server on my system. Then I created a small application at that time, right? So what happened, that is such a waste of time sometimes, because we have to take care of all the setting up things and all. So don't worry about those things. Those things are already available with the clouds. You just have to go and explore, because like there are a lot of credits which are there is in Google Cloud. There are a lot of credits for 1 year in AWS, like AWS also. You might get credits for Azure also. You might get some free credits. So try to use those things in your day-to-day things, so that would be like really good for you when you will come into the industry, so that like you will know like how things work over there. If someone will ask you, do you know Azure? You might know the application, but you haven't really used that. How will you say that, okay, I yes, I have used it. So these are the like some things which you can add in your day to day development things, and that would help you a lot going forward. So yeah, that's all from my end. Let me share my details. So if there will be any sort of question from your end, just please ping me anywhere. I would be available like on this name username. And also if you want to use my email, if you want my email, if you want to ping anything, this would be my email. So ping me if you have any kind of question, right? And let me know, so I can help you. Thank you so
That was
much.
such, yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. It was such an informative session. Thank you so much. As for questions, ma'am, there is a question in chat which is, can we host a complete website on Azure?
Yes, you can do that. You can host complete website. Let's say if you have some backend, if you have some front end, so you can create two particular web apps, right? And then you can deploy it over there on a, you can do anything over there. So if you want to create a database, then you can do that too. If you want more services, like let's say you want to create a bot over there, so you can just go and create like in the same way we created these application, right? You can just go and if you want to use a bot service, it can you can create a bot service, and they can also will give you some example how you can integrate those services into your system. So you can select one. I'll select this one for now, and like anything you can do. So I would say you just have to plan what do you want, and then you have to integrate it accordingly into your application. So you can do it. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering that. Yes, ma'am. So that brings us to the end of our session. So anything that you would like to like add on or anything?
No, so yeah, that's I'm seeing like you guys are doing really well. So I wish you all the best for your like hacking things you guys must be doing going forward. Let me know like if I can help in any way. I would be available online on LinkedIn or somewhere. Like you do have my emails. So let me know if
Yes,
there is any help I can do. I would love to do that. That's all.
ma'am. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. We'll circulate the mail in our college groups. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for the entire session. And for everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back with another session in some time. Thank you, ma'am.